What's up, everybody? Well, today I thought I'd go ahead and introduce to you to another vacuum that just joined my vacuum collection yesterday. What I have right here is an Aerus Lux Guardian upright vacuum. Basically, this is the modern interpretation of the Electrolux Epic Series 3500 SR, and this is upgraded in many ways over the Epic. Story for how I got this is I actually got this off a seller on OfferUp who was selling this for surprisingly cheap for what it is. And honestly, I felt like I got so much bang for my buck out of it because the thing was in really good condition and it was sold for only $150. Unfortunately, it didn't come with its hose or attachments, but that's fine with me. I honestly wanted a newer style Aerus Electrolux vacuum, especially the one that has a more powerful motor. That way it has more suction and better performance than my Epic does, which this thing definitely is an improvement over the 3500, which I actually got this also, I would like to point out, as a self-birthday present. I actually decided to get this on my actual birthday in order to just treat myself. I was putting off getting any more vacuums recently just to save money. Also because I've been buying a lot of them by the truckload, not paying attention to my bank account. But I digress. Let's go ahead and give a walkthrough of this machine. Here, your upper handle. I want to say this handle might have been a replacement. Probably because the original power switch burnt out. But I don't know what the deal is. But for whatever reason, the handle is gray, like my Epic. It's got your 3-position switch for brush roll on and off. Nice gray colored power cord that has to be at least in the 34 or 36 foot range of length because this is a very long cord. So we move our way down. This is one of the other variants of the Lux Guardian upright where the body is mostly white. Where I know the latest version before I think these were probably discontinued is there was one with white up top, black handle, black cord, and black lower base, which that was the latest model. This is the second version of the Lux Guardian. I think the early version was kind of that white up top and kind of what looks to be navy blue on the bottom. So anyway, to get access to your bags on these, it's actually a little button on the back that you press. Then opens the bag door and you can get access to your bag, which right here I am running a DVC branded HEPA bag, which is definitely quite an improvement over the standard paper bags that you can get for these. Definitely improves filtration. And also I'd like to point out inside there you do have what right here is a temporary pre-motor filter. I'm eventually going to buy a replacement for it. I actually just robbed this from my Epic just to run the thing. I do have its original filter, but I did want to take the time to wash that one out. But eventually I'm going to buy replacement filters for this and my Epic, because basically the same parts you can get for this are the same ones you can get for older Electroluxes. At least anywhere down to the Discovery 2, since that's when this style of upright was made back in the mid-80s. So you got your Lux Guardian logo right there. Nice gray stripe down there, and your Aerus logo right there. And yes, these things are now called Aerus vacuums. There was once a time when they used to be called Electrolux, but later on in the kind of the late 90s or early 2000s, they changed their name to Aerus for whatever reason. But technically, they're still the same machine. Lux, original since 1924. And it does have a HEPA post motor filter right here that is actually permanently mounted to the machine. So I don't know whether or not this is replaceable, but irregardless, this has great filtration. Definitely an improvement post motor filtration compared to the older models. Some had a permanently mounted filter inside. Some, like my Epic, had a replaceable filter cartridge that you can buy, hopefully, if they still make them. And let's go ahead and tip this thing back, show you the underside. Right here is its original brush roll. This is the original brush roll that came with it. This is a chevron style brush roll that, as you can see, it funnels all the dirt into the center suction path, so the strong suction can take it away. And these newer Aerus vacuums use this W style bristle brush roll. As you can see, the bristles kind of make a W shape compared to the old models, which definitely this helps it groom the carpet much better than the original V-style bristle brush roll. And also, one thing I definitely noticed is that it has these little cutouts on the front. I do believe this is to give it suction for cleaning on bare floors, which definitely this has much better suction than the older ones do, so you definitely get better bare floor cleaning performance out of this than one of the older models. There's your little warning label for the brush roll. As you can see, manufactured by Aerus LLC in Dallas, Texas. So let's go ahead and put this back up. And along the back, you do have a electrical hookup for the electronic onboard pickup tool. You got a carrying handle on the back. And right here is the serial number. If anyone knows how to serial date these things, please let me know. And right up here you have your weird, interesting cord release. You just put it right here and it grabs a hold of the cord and pathetically brings it down to release the cord. And also another thing, if you put any section of the cord right in place right here, it'll actually hold the cord right there. Not really the best, if you ask me. But anyway, now let's go ahead and unravel the rest of the cord. Which, this cord is extremely long. I would like to point that out. So let's go and plug it in. And now comes the moment you guys have all been waiting for. I'm going to go ahead and turn this thing on and demo it for you guys. Now, to release it into its vacuuming position, you just simply step down on either side and pull back, and that'll release it into its vacuuming position. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to mention earlier, what they've started doing on these newer Aerus Electroluxes to kind of modernize them. You have 3 indicator lights. They're basically indicators to let you know that you got a full bag, your brush roll is on and working, or you got a jam in the brush roll. And because of that, if the brush roll gets jammed, it will automatically shut itself off via a little circuit breaker right here, so the motor doesn't get damaged. So anyway, when you get that, you just simply hit the little reset button and you're back up and running. So I pretty much showed you everything, so let's go ahead and turn this thing on and demo it for you guys. So the first position is for suction only. Vacuum is very quiet. Definitely has a little bit of a higher pitched tone to the motor, which this thing is definitely more powerful than its predecessors. So I'm going to push the switch down once again, and it turns your brush roll on. And one interesting thing, kind of what they did to modernize it as kind of a safety feature, when you put the vacuum into its upright position, the brush roll does shut off. So you can simply just put the switch into the brush roll position and it won't turn on unless you recline the vacuum back. Pretty interesting. Here's one thing to love about the L-shaped nozzle on these Electroluxes, or Aeruses, I should say. Aerus Electrolux. But simply you can do this little side swipe, and now you can get underneath furniture. about these Aerus Electroluxes, and I think you should too. Look at how low profile this thing has. And you don't even have to step down on the head again just to put it into this position. It lies totally flat. Alright, now for the next part of this demonstration, I am going to demonstrate it in tool mode, which you can do by flipping up this little rubber flap right here to get access to your tools. But since this didn't come with any tools, I had to use another tool set to kind of use on this for demonstration purposes. Which this is actually for my Electrolux Epic 3500. But anyway, these parts do fit, although they don't really fit really well, especially the electrical connector for the onboard brush attachment. So anyway, let's go and show you how these things attach. You simply just, it's hard to do this one-handed. We simply just slide that on in like so, and your electrical connector, can't talk, hooks up at the bottom right there, although not really securely, because there is a different style connector that you need to get for these things. But this does work for the time being. So anyway, let's go and demonstrate it in tool mode. Definitely more stronger suction than its predecessor. So let's go ahead and show you the tools on the back. You have your two extension wands. Like that, and this is how long of a reach you get. You got your crevice tool right here. Then you have your special combination dusting brush and upholstery tool. I'm going to show you first the dusting brush mode right here. Simply just pull these flaps back and hook it up like so. Now you have dusting brush capability. But then you just simply pry it out, pull these little flaps out, hook it up on the other side, and now it's an upholstery tool. Very weirdly designed one in my opinion, but it does work as an upholstery tool like this. Pull that out. And now I'm going to show you one more attachment that is really cool and why you will need the electrical connector for it. So, if I can pull this thing out, these things have a really tight fit in here. Okay, there. So anyway, simply slide this in like so and hook up your little electrical connector. Turn it on. This is what's called your sidekick. Basically what this is for is a motorized brush roll tool, which was really advanced for its time because now everything is going to suction based, but this is made for cleaning up pet hair on upholstery and carpeted stairs. See underneath, it's got a rotating brush. And it was made for cleaning up pet hair and such. Simply to disconnect it, you just pull it out like so and pull it out from its dot. Go ahead and shut the vacuum off. And just put everything back on the tool rack. Now we'll go ahead and pull the hose out of the vacuum. Pull out the connector and the hose. Pull this little flap shut. And you simply wrap up your hose. And now I hope you've enjoyed this review on the Aerus Lux Guardian Upright Vacuum. Be sure and stay tuned, and don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.